Good day, legends. Happy Friday, and we are going to be digging right into a tier list today. We are going to be doing the CTE tier list, one of MMA's favorite tier lists to do. Which fighters have got, normal, healthy, completely well-functioning brains, and which ones are sort of leaning towards the edge of there's a little bit of drool there, mate. You got it, the drool starting to show a little bit, and then sliding all the way down to the levels of CTE, the Tito Ortiz levels of CTE. Everybody wants to outlive their children, to just pushing right into the deep levels of CTE, where they are at a concern for their family's health and well-being. That is the tier list that we're going to be doing today. Let's jump straight into it, lads. Here we go. So you've got healthy, you've got the drool is showing, you got the what did you say there? What did you mean by that? What did you say there by that? What do you mean by that? You got that guy's got CTE, and then you've got concerns for his family. Now, what do I mean by healthy? Well, someone like Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier speaks normally, seems healthy, doesn't seem like the CTE has gotten to him yet. And I do say yet because Dustin Poirier has been through some just wars, some absolute war, the Dan Hooker war, allowing Michael Chandler to get shots off on him in that first round was a war. Gaethje just horribly sleeping him with the head kick. He's been in the UFC for 1,000 years. So unfortunately for our boy who's going to be retiring soon, I don't think he's getting out of the game clean. I hate to say it, I really do, but I don't think he's getting out of the game clean. So he's going on the CTE list, but so far from what he's seen, he is going in healthy. He's going in healthy. Now, with Johnny Walker, this dude, the drool has to be showing. Now, he's not having any speech problems yet, but he's been constantly knocked out. He is the meme of what is a glass chin. And at some point, you've got to have CTE for just continuing to fight in the UFC. He's just been announced via a classic Dana White live stream. It's just been announced that he's going to be fighting Min Yong Zhang again. Not again, but he's going to be fighting Min Yong Zhang, which means he's going to be getting knocked out again. That's essentially what that means. He's just been given yet another death sentence. Now, either this dude doesn't watch any tape on anyone, either he doesn't watch the UFC at all, or the drool is showing, or he's starting to get CTE, where he's like, I just signed the contract, whatever, it's 20K, it's 20K. Can't be helped. Unfortunately, Max Holloway is starting to get in the what did he just say levels. I love Max Holloway, and I go back and I watch some old Max Holloway pay-per-views. The dude used to be able to chop it up on the microphone. Pre-fight press day, pre-fight press conferences, Max Holloway used to be able to chop it up. He used to have some funny one-liners. It was the Blessed Express, baby. The best is blessed, and to get the best, you gotta beat the best. Like, he would have full sentences. Now it's just a sort of deadpan stare and a find out Saturday night. Like, Max Holloway, his levels of brain function have unfortunately slipped away in front of our very eyes, which sucks for a fan favorite. Although, as being someone in MMA who has taken some of the most significant strikes to the head, some of the most significant strikes to the head in MMA history, being one of the people to be up there. Yeah, Max Holloway, the CT, is going to start to show. And it sucks, man, because he's a great bloke. Sean Strickland, where do you put him? The dude's mood swings. He's turned into an influencer. I don't know if it's CTE or the kid was just bullied by his dad, and now that he actually is slowly becoming an influencer, he literally says recently on Twitter, I've got nothing else to tweet about. What should I tweet about? Like, he doesn't want to be a fighter anymore. He just wants to be an influencer. I don't know if that's CTE or if that's just Sean Strickland becoming who he always wanted to be, and he always lashed out at influencers because he wasn't popular growing up. He was the weird, awkward, quiet kid whose dad used to beat him. So I don't know if that is CTE. You know what I mean? And, crying on a podcast about what your dad did to you, that's fair. I'm going to put Sean Strickland down here in healthy, actually. I think Sean Strickland's actually got a healthy level of brain damage. Like, he's been slept, so he has brain damage, but I think he's got a healthy level of brain damage. Alex Pereira. This dude's got CTE for sure. That, like, just a very long and storied kickboxing career. And also, he thinks just saying Sharma again and again and again and again constitutes an answer to a question. Like, hey, Mr. Pereira, how is fight camp going? Obrigado, chama. Tudo bem, chama. Tudo bem, obrigado, chama. Chama. Chama, chama, chama. Shama. Hey, Alex, what does Shama mean? It means Shama. Shama. Shama, no Shama. Shama. Yeah, that's CTE. He's just saying the same word again and again and again. He's like a fucking Pokemon. He's got one move, a left hand, and he only knows one word. That's Alex Pereira, Pokemon Pereira. Next one up, Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is going down the levels of concern for his family. He is going down the levels of concern for his family. Nate Diaz didn't start with too much brain in the old noggin, you know? He was already a step behind with the way that he would talk and the way that he would slur through fights. Go back and watch the old Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor press conferences. Yeah, they were elite, but they were elite because Nate Diaz didn't give a fuck and he was an easy verbal punching bag for Conor McGregor. Nate Diaz wasn't exactly ripping back with any one-liners, and since then, his speech has only degraded more and more. He needs a translator. If the dudes at UFC Abu Bakal, or Bakal, whatever it was, if the dudes at UFC Bakal, who was speaking perfect English, by the way, you guys were speaking perfect English, they still needed a translator for Dana White, no wonder Nate Diaz needs to roll into the UFC with an entire entourage, because he needs 5 or 6 translators just to get the message across to Dana White when he's trying to convince Dana White that a 43-year-old Nate Diaz, or however old he is, deserves another title shot in the UFC. Oh, Bryce Mitchell. I love Bryce Mitchell. We all love Bryce Mitchell. He's a funny guy. We have a lot of laughs listening to Bryce Mitchell. There's some things Bryce Mitchell says that are completely true. I'll let you figure out which ones they are. There are some things that Bryce Mitchell says that are completely true, and then there's some things that are like, oh, dude, you do have a bit of the CTEs. You remember that female boxer, the female boxer from the latest Olympics where she won the boxing? Yeah, Bryce Mitchell literally thinks that bloke was swapped for an actual NBA player. Like, there's an interview, I'll try and find it, where Bryce Mitchell says that they took an NBA player, and that's who that is. Not that it's just, the normal controversy of what was going on there where she won a boxing competition. But no, it was a he believes that the Bible isn't a metaphor for a good life, especially in the early books. He believes it word for word. I guess it's just religious. Like that, he believes he's religion. That's fine. But he does believe that boxer is like an essentially the NBA player pretending to be a boxer. So that's pretty CTE'd up. Bryce thinks some things that take, give Bryce another 2 or 3 years and he might be upgrading to concerns for his family. Like obviously Tony Ferguson. Is that Tony Ferguson? That looks like Tony Ferguson. Is that Tony Ferguson? That's an old photo of Tony Ferguson. That's back when Tony Ferguson had that. That throws me for 6, that old photo of Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson, he's going to steal his son, jump out of the window, run into the forest, start throwing holy water at his wife. Tony Ferguson's on the BJ Penn path, the path of worry. Yuri Prohaska. Has he got CTE or is the dude just... I want to take these men to the hotel and show them a good time. I need to reiterate, I'm not gay. I was just saying, I show these men something in my hotel. I'm making it worse. That's Yuri. That's classic Yuri. I don't think it's CTE. I think the bloke's just strange. I think he's just a straight up strange dude. Oh, come on, Patty. All right, Bobby Green. Bobby Green, where do you go? He's been knocked out so badly. Jarlin Turner. And the more Bobby Green gets knocked out, the more 2002 black rapper he tries to dress like. Like, I get that Bobby Green has his own certain style, but it's not even just like normal... Like black guy style. It's rich. It's almost like he saw Ali G. Remember Ali? Was it Ali G? What was his name back in the day? Was it Ali G? Hang on. I'm pretty sure it was Ali. Sacha Baron Cohen, Ali G. Hang on a second. Yeah, Ali G. It's like... I feel like Bobby Green saw Ali G's fashion back in the day and thought, I'm just running with it. And every single time Bobby Green gets knocked out, He just goes deeper and deeper. It's like Bobby Green found these old Ali G DVDs and he thinks they're documentaries. Modern day documentaries. That's proper CTE. Bobby Green goes right up there for sure. Justin Gaethje's right up there as well. Justin Gaethje is going to sit out until he gets a title shot, even though he's about 4th in line. He has the look. Justin Gaethje absolutely is a number 4. Has to be. Marvin Vettori. I mean, the amount of damage this guy is taking. He doesn't even know how to put on a set of shorts properly. This dude is going to get into concerns for his family levels. The man doesn't speak any English. I know he tries to as best as he can, but it's like listening to an orc or a troll under the bridge try and ask you for money as you're crossing the bridge. You know, back in the 1800s Germany when there's a troll under the bridge. That's what it would sound like, Marvin Vettori speaking. You chuck him a pair of shorts, a pair of jeans. He's got no idea which way they go. And to him, the idea of winning a fight is the same thing as Khalil Roundtree versus Jamal Hill. Just throw a big overhook and wait to see what happens and give it a couple of minutes. You know, just lunge that overhook over the top and then stare. Give it about 30 seconds to a minute. Try and register whether or not it hit. Wait for the feeling to go back up your arm. Did that hit? Did that land? No? All right, I'll throw another big overhook. That's Marvin Vettori. That's CTE levels for sure. Oh, Alexander Volkanovski, mate. Who put you on this list, mate? Brother Alexander Volkanovski. I think the drool's barely starting to show with Volk. I think he's all right. I think Volk's all right. We're not in the danger zone yet, mate. He's still too fast for him, mate. He's just as quick as he used to be. No, Volk's fine. You know what? I'm putting Volk. This is unbiased. This is an unbiased Australian. I'm putting Volk right there. And then lastly is John Jones. How could we not chuck John Jones onto a CTE list? The dude has got raging anger problems. Anger is a sign of CTE. Mixed with the alcohol, mixed with being in denial about his orientations. John Jones obviously is the concern to his family. We know this to be true. John Jones, we don't need to speculate on whether or not John Jones is going to get into a drunken CTE-induced rage and then be dangerous to his family. We know. We have facts, we have police reports, we have police recordings of the audio, we have images of him smashing his own head against a police car, saying how much he hates them. How dare they arrest him for trying to keep his family safe? What were these criminal justice enforcers thinking? How dare they try and keep John Jones's family safe from him? That'll do. That's a pretty good CTE tier list, I reckon. What a bit of fun that was. The old CTE tier list. I feel like Johnny Walker should be higher. Max Holloway is just alone. Wildness. Well, maybe we'll put Gaethje down one. Gaethje's a little bit, what did he say? There we go. That's it. If this is your first time here, g'day. Welcome. My name is Dougie. I make an MMA video every single day of the week, and I try and go live at least 3 times a week. You want to know when all that happens? Hit the subscription button down there, as well as the notification bell to know when I go live. Let me know in the comments, what do you think I screwed up? What do you think I got wrong? Please put it down there in the comments. Leave a like if you can't be bothered commenting anything. And if you're one of the paying members of the channel, thank you so much. Your names are up on the next screen. And until then, I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good weekend, boys. See you at UFC 317.